Hey everybody, this is Ryder, Jess, and Emery, and we are Jonesin For Disney. This is a little family project we've started up after our most recent Disney trip, actually Emery's first Disney trip. She's got her little thumper jammies on here, which is going to tie into a little something we're going to share in a second. Actually, we'll dive into that first. We took this trip. This is, I think, probably our 5th trip to Disney World together, I believe. Yeah. So this was Emery's first trip. She's 4 months old, a little bit young to be going to Disney, but hey, can't start them too young when it comes to Disney World. I wanted to start off with Emery's little takeaway that she got, her special little
what is it, Em?
thumper. And we saw this and just thought it was super cute in Animal Kingdom, and we got it because when she doesn't do this as much anymore, but when she was a really little baby, she would do the thumper leg. She'd kind of kick her both right and left leg, twitch her little leg like Thumper. That's why we got their Thumper jammies too from H&M. So that was her little present, her little takeaway.
Aww.
Yeah.
Her pin.
And her pin for her first visit, which is always fun to get those. And next, so we went to Disney last February for Jess's birthday, which is February 15th. And we did that again this year. And this was sort of a sneaky little thing on my part, but Jess has always wanted to start collecting the Starbucks You Are Here collection Disney mugs. And so when we were in Magic Kingdom, I snuck away while Jess was at the baby care center with Emery and getting coffee for us. And I saw this and I was like, hey, I should just get her one. It's her birthday. We wanted to start our collection of these, so I did. We got the Disney Parks Magic Kingdom mug, which I think is new this year. I've not seen this one.
I don't think it's new.
Maybe it's not.
Newer.
But really, really cool. Definitely my favorite of the Starbucks mugs that they have. The Disney series are really awesome. Cool artwork. So yeah, Jess finally started her collection of those, which is fun. And those are really cool collectibles and keepsakes for each park, and then they, I believe, have them even for some resorts too. So going along with that, we always like to get the Mickey's coffee from the Disney parks. It's a fun little takeaway, especially for the week after. When you come home from Disney, there's
got post-Disney depression.
Yep, postpartum Disney depression. That was what she had with her.
No, cut that part out.
So this is the Mickey's coffee from the Disney parks coffee, French vanilla flavor. We always like to try to get this when we go. It's great.
We usually get the pumpkin spice.
Yes.
When we go in the fall.
We've gone in the fall. Anyway, this is just really fun coffee to get. It's a fun takeaway because in the week or weeks following a Disney trip, there's sort of that Disney hangover, if you will.
Depression.
Disney depression. And this is just a really great way to start your morning after a Disney vacation. Kind of that little extra touch of Disney magic that you can take back with you. Great coffee too. It really is pretty good. And there's a fun little, it's like hipster themed, so there's like a little Mickey and Minnie text message thing on the side, which is fun.
Cute.
Little Disney inside joke. Going along with that, of course, is the obligatory resort mug. This thing is awesome because you buy it for, I believe it's, 18 now? 18 or 19. But for the entire resort stay at a Disney resort, you can fill up your mug with free fountain drinks, coffee, whatever, tea. So really, if you're there for even 3 days, it can easily make up its value. And they've been the same, I think, design for the past couple years.
They come in, sometimes they have the handles, sometimes they don't.
Yep. And aside from that, I think the artwork's been the same for a couple years. This is going to tie into something that we're going to talk about in one of our first podcasts that we're going to be doing coming up. But with this year, because this trip, we were only there for a few days and we were debating on to get one or not, we decided to, and we just split coffee every morning. So basically, every time we got coffee, we just split this. It's plenty big to split. It's a really great tip to just save a little bit extra. And it's always helpful.
And we got a straw this time.
Yes, you can resist the Mickey straw for an extra $2 or whatever it was.
75 cents.
75 cents? Wow.
75
That's
cents.
a good deal right there. All right. Let's see, what next? Do you have...
Yes.
Oh, yes. So this is another one of those things that we've done, man, I think not every trip, but a lot of trips.
Past 2 trips.
Past 2 you've gotten. The Alex and Annie Disney collection, you can talk about these a bit if you want, because you really like these.
The Alex and Annie, I think it's Annie. They have bracelets, and they have Disney themed bracelets, and they're just really cute. They range in price from like $25 to $45 depending on the design. But the newest one I got was a little Mickey with Mickey rhinestone, and it's rose color, which is her birthstone. But I have a Princess Leia one, Cinderella's Castle, and then a Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. So those are cute little souvenirs, not too expensive, and they're good quality, so I like to get them.
A lot of them to collect. And that's what really I think you're going to start to see a common theme. There's a lot of these keepsakes and collectibles that help you remember your Disney trips because they are so sentimental, so fun to look back on, and so much family time involved that they're great to get these little collectibles that you can start to collect from each trip over the years. And yeah, I guess with that in mind, let's talk about the pins a little bit. So this is something we just started doing on our summer trip this past year. In July, Jess surprised me with a baby moon that she planned for us when this little one was still in her belly. We stayed at the Yacht and Beach Club that time.
Once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime, hopefully
Trip.
not, but we're gonna pretend that's the case. That pool was awesome, by the way. But on that trip, we started collecting the pins,
Which is a Disney, some people do that with every trip. They collect pins and they trade pins, and it's a popular thing in Disney.
Yeah.
So we decided to get on the bandwagon.
Yeah, we did. And I honestly, the first couple times I went to Disney, I saw that and the whole craze of the pin trading thing and the lanyards, and I kind of was a little bit confused as to what the deal was and what the significance was. But anyway, we started doing it. We got a Yacht Club one last time and an Epcot Park one. This time around, we got the Animal Kingdom pin because really we spent our first full day ever in Animal Kingdom this time.
It's usually the park we skip.
Yep.
To be honest.
And I think we only went there one other time for a couple hours to ride Everest like 3 times in a row. But this trip we explored the whole thing. We didn't get to do Flight of Passage because it was of course a 4-hour wait at 9:30 a.m., which you'll hear more about in our larger vlog video we do a little bit later on of our trip. And we stayed this time at the All-Star Music Resort. So we got an All-Star Resort pin, which they only have the one All-Star Resort pin to encompass all of them. And really, I think that ended up good, staying at the All-Star Music. It didn't start off the greatest, which we'll get to in a second, but it was a good value, and because we were doing a full day in Animal Kingdom on our first park day, it was really nice because it was super close to Animal Kingdom. It was like a 5-minute drive. So that was a big advantage of staying at the All-Star this time around. Although, as often happens with All-Star resorts, they have big groups stay there a lot, and there was I'm still not even sure if it was cheerleading or gymnastics. Okay. So we saw them all over the place in Disney Springs, in the parks, and especially at the resort. So it was a bit more crowded this year than it was last year in February, but it was still great to stay there. So going back to the All-Star bit, we got a few unexpected goodies.
This was because, basically, long story short, our reservation was a little messed up.
A little bit.
So, but we got some freebies out of it.
Some freebies.
So that's awesome.
Yep, we had a little bit of a late check-in, and then no pack and play showed up after a couple times of asking. So Emery slept on the hotel bed, which was fine. She didn't move a muscle, so it worked out great. But we got into our room the day after the whole pack and play mishap, and there was this Disney Parks Rice Krispie Treats box, which is awesome because we love these. There was this picture frame, which was really, really nice. And then also there was a Disney Springs big catalog magazine
And
popcorn, which we didn't take back with us. We ate it when we were there. But a huge popcorn tin of Main Street popcorn. So that was really awesome, and that just ties into the whole concept of what Disney would refer to in their corporate terms as the Disney difference, where if there's something that goes wrong at all, they're going to try to make it right, whatever they can do. And that's something we love about Disney. It's something I know that you love about Disney, especially being a Disney travel agent, and that you can really sell to your clients. Anyway, that was just really cool that they did that. That made that eased the blow a bit of kind of the anxiety of having things go awry on our first trip with an infant, because that can be a bit stressful. So anyway, it turned out great. We're excited to eat these. Eventually, we'll save these for a rainy day. Similar to the coffee, it really helps to lift up your spirits when you're experiencing a bit of Disney longing. So, oh yes.
Socks.
Okay.
Ryder's a lover of socks.
Yes.
As many of you probably know.
Yep, I am a lover of socks, a connoisseur, if you will. I've eyed these. Oh, you don't like my socks? I've eyed these socks for a while now. Not these ones specifically necessarily. Actually, the ones that I've been looking at for a while are these bad boys, these monorail socks. These ones are super cool, retro Mickey space theme, which is awesome. Yeah, and again, these monorail ones are some of my favorites. I've actually saw the cheaper ones, that the Disney Parks brand of the monorails before, but I found these in Animal Kingdom, and they were super nice and very quality socks. So picked a couple of these up, and happy about these. So that was my little gift to myself when we were down there. Little takeaway. Yeah, let's see what else we got.
Magic bands.
Magic bands. Of
These
course.
are free.
Yep.
This one's mine, this one's Ryder's, Emery's is on the ground. And then I bought, obviously, Millennial Pink is in right now, so
Sure
I had to
is.
get myself a Millennial Pink one.
Sure is.
That one was not free,
No,
but it was only like $10. So.
not too bad. Now, this is our first trip as a family with our little baby girl along with us. And so we got picked up these window decals. We actually had a WDW bumper sticker on our Subaru, which we just recently sold. And so we didn't take that off the car. We didn't really think to. And rather than getting another one of those, we just decided to get one of the family decal stickers, because I've seen these around and they're really fun. So excited to put these in the back of our new car for just Jess and I.
It looks like.
They even have pets, which we don't have any pets right now, but if we ever get a pet, we'll use those. So those are really fun. Just a cool way to kind of show off your Disney enthusiasm. Is that about...
Oh, your shirt?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about these. So, Uniqlo in Disney Springs.
If you want to get cheap clothing, don't buy it at the Disney store. A shirt like that would be like $50. Sweatshirt, it's like $60, $70.
Yep.
So Uniqlo in Disney Springs is the way to go.
Yep. Uniqlo in general is a really cool clothing store. If
Mine
you've
was
ever
like
been to one.
$20.
Yep. And I think mine, what was this, like
15.
Yeah. They have all their clothes, I've noticed, really, really comfortable material. They seem to be really well made. Everything I've bought from there has held up really well. If you've never been to Uniqlo before, there's one in Chicago that we've been to that's more just general fashion. They only really have the high concentration of the Disney collection in Disney Springs and online. So check that out if you're in Disney Springs, which, by the way, Disney Springs is probably one of our favorite locations in
I could just go to Disney and do just Disney Springs and stay at a resort.
Yep.
I mean,
it really is sort of a, if there was ever going to be a fifth park or a fifth gate, it's Disney Springs is already kind of that. Only just no attractions, just a lot of awesome food and a lot of really cool shops and just awesome atmosphere and entertainment too, which we'll get into some of that in later vlogs and podcasts and things. But oh, this is a fun little thing that ties into sort of the Disney magic. This is a really small detail, but this was when we were leaving Magic Kingdom on our last full day. On Jess's birthday, we were getting ready to go. We had parked over at the Grand Floridian because we had breakfast there, and we went over to Magic Kingdom afterward. We were taking the ferry boat from Magic Kingdom at night back to Grand Floridian, and the skipper, if you will, is that what they call him? I think so.
the gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper
Really.
on the boat. As we were waiting in line, we were ready to get on the boat. Emery was ready. She was getting a little bit fussy at the end of the day. She did really great, but it was a long day, and we were the last ones to not get on that boat. It was full. But she was really great. The cast member there just was talking to us and getting to know us a little bit, telling us how cute Emery was in her little Cinderella dress, and she gave her this little sticker for her kind of scrapbook, just a little Walt Disney World watercraft sticker, which these are, I believe, things all cast members carry around with them, and they just can give them out. Has little freebies here and there, or especially to kids. So again, that's just one of those things about Disney that we love, that little extra touch. Again, something so small that does add that extra Disney magic that everyone experiences down there. So this has been our haul from this past Disney trip we took for Emery's first ever Walt Disney World trip, and for Jess's second birthday trip to Walt Disney World. It was really, really fun. We only are fresh off the plane as of a couple days, so we're kind of still in that recovery mode, and wanting to go back and starting to plan our next trip already a little bit, which is fun, and something, again, we'll talk about that in the future.
And I would love to plan your trip.
Yes.
Because I'm also a Disney vacation planner, so keep that in mind.
Yep, and it's a free service. That's important to mention.
Completely free. And I like to do it, so.
Yep, so it's a really great thing to take advantage of. There's so much to do with Disney and a Disney trip that goes into it that you really want to have someone experienced alongside you to help with that. That's kind of what we're here for. Again, we're just this little project called Jonesin For Disney is something we started as a little family hobby to just share our love and enthusiasm for all things Disney with all of you. And so I'd love to keep the conversation going on all of this stuff that we brought back with us. Maybe in the comments talk a little bit about the things that you love to bring back with you when you go on Walt Disney World vacations, things that your family collects, anything like that. And be sure to like our page on Facebook and find us on Instagram and our upcoming YouTube channel as well. Yeah, we're just really excited to start this little journey with all of you, and thanks for watching today.